Do you own or rent your home? Sure you do, and I'll bet it can be hard work. You know what's easy? Bundling policies with Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle your homeowner's or renter's insurance along with your auto policy. It's a good thing, too, because you already have so much to do around your home. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. It's Geico Easy. Visit geico.com today. That's geico.com.
Name it.
Get social with us.
Like WBAP on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter at WBAP 24/7 News.
Wherever you want us, whenever you want us. News Talk 820, WBAP.
WBAP.com.
Good morning on the Tuesday morning news at 7:47. Scott Sidway here in for Brian Estridge, along with Hal J. The rest of the morning crew, we appreciate you being here. Congressman Michael Burgess, North Texas, joins us on the line right now because the infrastructure bill, we're starting to learn more and more about this thing. And this latest report, Congressman, we've gotten is that the bill is 2,700 pages long. How many of those pages have you read?
I'm working through the index.
I'm Scott and Congressman. I'm reading it right now. I downloaded 2,700 pages.
Your computer can handle that?
You know the little indicator bar on the right side of the computer?
Yeah.
That says you can go up and down. It hasn't moved yet. It's still at the top.
Is it concerning, Congressman, that an infrastructure bill is this long?
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Any bill this long is just bound for trouble. And here's the other thing, Hal, before you hit print, this thing is going to change a lot.
Wow, that's
funny. While it goes through the Senate. So I'd save your paper. I've got it on my iPad as well.
That's awesome.
And I'd keep it electronically for right now because it is going to change a lot. But if this sounds familiar to anyone, this is very reminiscent of the path that Obamacare took. They took a House bill. In this case, the Senate took the transportation bill passed by the House a few months ago, and the first line of the bill is strike all after the enacting clause and insert, and then 2,700 pages later, you have their amendment, which is the transportation or the infrastructure bill. And then it comes back over to the House, and you really won't have a chance to amend it or change it. It's an up or down vote. Remember that about the Affordable Care Act? It came back, and we really could not change anything. So this is I've seen this before. It's not going to end well, but this week at least the senators are amending it. So the good news is some of them or some of their staff are reading a part of it in order to make the amendments, in order to craft the amendments.
Dr. Burgess, I would like to ask all Republicans and all Democrats and all undecideds to download this and look at it at least, because I'm just a radio announcer, but I think this is a joke. This thing is so long and so legalese that there's not going to be anybody understand this.
Oh, you're absolutely right. First reports are that of the over $1 trillion that it authorizes expenditures for, there are less than a tenth of that goes for actual transportation. So. For infrastructure. So for it to be an infrastructure bill, just like we've seen before. In 2009 with the Obama stimulus bill, it was supposed to be all about shovel-ready projects. But remember, only less or somewhat less than 10% was available for actually building infrastructure projects. So they've done this before. House and Senate Democrats. That it's not. Look, this is a chance to get everything on your wish list in, and unfortunately, sometimes things like this will pass. It's going to pass with no votes from me, and I suspect most of Republican House members. But on the other hand, it is a dangerous precedent. And then here's the other thing, Al, and this is what really has to people have to be cautious about this. This is only step one. Step two is a $3 trillion reconciliation bill that will be passed with Democrat-only Senate votes. This, of course, hinges upon whether Senators Manchin and Sinema go along with them, but the pressure for those two senators to stay with their side is going to become enormous. So this thing is the gateway to just a phenomenal amount. It's spending that most of us can't even fathom the dollars that are included here.
And we'll talk about those dollars coming up next. Hold on to what you got. 7:51 traffic on the ones. Here is Monty Cook.
I-35E on the northbound side at Overton got a wreck slowing you back toward Laurel Land. Also, I-20 eastbound at the Bush Turnpike, 2 right lanes are closed off. Westbound I-20 at Bowman Springs, a new crash. WBAP First Traffic on the ones. I'm Monty Cook.
Brought to you by the University of North Texas Health Science Center at Fort Worth. Nearly 1 million Texas kids are uninsured. The Pediatric Mobile Clinic at the University of North Texas Health Science Center at Fort Worth delivers health care directly to families where they live. Help reach more children in need. Visit unthsc.edu/access.
From the WBAP Weather Center, sunny and 91 today, low tonight 73, 93 for the high tomorrow, and then we're going to get hot and humid. A couple isolated storms possible Thursday and Friday afternoons, 95 Thursday, 97 Friday, and then it really gets hot this weekend. Right now at WBAP, 74 degrees.
Congressman Michael Burgess is with us. Always great to have him on. Great friend of the radio show here. 2,700-page infrastructure report. And there's just so many things that we would never, if we did this for a year, we'd never go over all of it. But why is it the government's responsibility for charging stations for cars?
Well, it's not. It becomes, again, as I referenced, there's a lot of things that have been on people's wish lists, and this is one of those things that has been on people's wish lists. Several years ago, perhaps a decade ago, maybe a little more, it was there ought to be compressed natural gas stations. The government ought to be putting these around the country so people could use compressed natural gas. And then, guess what? The market chose a different direction. It went the direction of rechargeable electric vehicles. But if we invest a ton of money in electric charging stations, who's to say that hydrogen is not the next thing to come down the pipe, and the public wants that? If it is a good idea, the market will drive this, and the location of charging stations will become more readily apparent to people. Right now, I don't think the driving of an electric vehicle is a bad idea. I think there are many reasons from an air quality standpoint that here in the Metroplex for the car in which you commute, an electric vehicle may make a great deal of sense. But on the other hand, fix it so you can go cross country in your electric vehicle, I don't think that's a reasonable expectation of your federal government.
Just a real quick question, and Sean gave me this question, by the way. Okay, if we drive electric cars, that means we're not buying gas. That means there's no gas taxes. So do we get to drive across the country on our highways and roads free?
Yeah, that's another part of the problem. It's going to have to be worked out, isn't it? And this is not new. This has been coming for some time. Right. Since 2004, I've driven a hybrid vehicle, so I've kind of been a freeloader, or at least a halfway freeloader on the gas-paying taxpayers of the state. But yes, it is an alternate funding for roads and bridges and true infrastructure is going to have to be determined. It is not something that is sustainable if there's a complete switch to electric vehicles. You're absolutely correct. And may I just say one thing?
Please.
Tonight in Denton from 7 to 8 at the Denton High School, I'm going to be doing a in-person town hall. This is Denton High School auditorium at 1007 Fulton Street in Denton. And anyone with any questions can call my Lake Dallas office, 940-497-5031. In keeping with the spirit of the day, anyone who wishes to wear a mask may wear a mask. Not a mandate in this state to wear a mask, but if anyone feels more comfortable wearing a mask, they certainly may do so. But I just thought it was time that we begin to. We all know we're going to have to live with this virus, and it's time to try to get back into the normal, a more normal time frame.
Well, good luck to you, and I hope it's a nice, calm crowd,
as they always are.
Yes, that you can deal with. But Congressman Michael Burgess, always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you, pal.
Good deal. Thank you.
All right, there you go. I really do. I kind of urge people to go look at the 2,700-page infrastructure bill because it's a terrible read.
Boy, all the money that they want to spend on things like Amtrak. Yeah. Who rides that anymore? Why is it the government's business?
the reason these bills are so long, you know why.
Oh, yeah.
Because you hide stuff.
Yeah.
You can sneak something in on page 1,802 that someone might not see that benefits someone who's working on the bill or their home state or something.
Would you like my question to Hal for you?
Yeah, Dad. Sean's looking at me when you asked Congressman Burgess about the electric vehicle stations. I'm just looking at him. Hey, Congressman, see, I'm kind of a freeloader.
You're a Tesla guy.
Yep.
You're a
Using the roads
Tesla
for
guy,
free.
which is fine. It's absolutely fine.
I'm on board with taxing electric vehicle drivers, but you got to make it fair.
Deadbeat.
We don't have time for this.
Okay, you're going to get it from all directions.